I know a lot of you guys are thinking, Joel, where are the ice skating videos? Alright, so I'm gonna explain why. Number one, it's the monsoon season here in the Philippines, so it's really hard to travel to the rink. Number two, I have a day job, but of course the goal is to do YouTube full time. Which brings me to the fact that I will launch my Patreon soon, so stay tuned for that. And number three, ice skating covers are really hard to do. It takes a lot of time to film, to conceptualize everything, to grab a friend to help me shoot the video, to edit it, and stuff like that. So it's something that will happen soon, but there's just a scarcity of it at the moment. But don't worry, I'll go back to making those really soon for you guys. So going back to the video, so you probably saw this. Yes, a Makkachin 8-bit head. So for those of you who don't know yet, I used to be into perler beads. They're more commonly known as perler beads, but I do have the art cal variant, but you can mix those two together. But these are just bead art, and for a time I used to be into this, but I kind of stopped because I didn't have the time to do it. And so I was trying to think of more video content that takes less time to make, and so I decided to make one of these, and it turned out pretty well for someone who hasn't done these for a while. I haven't done these for a very long time, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looks really nice, doesn't it? So yeah, if you're wondering how I made this Makkachin 8-bit art, then please keep on watching. So the materials that you're gonna need are: 1, of course, a pegboard. Number 2, you need art cal or perler beads. Colors that I used were brown, light brown, white for the eyes, and black for the outline. You also need baking paper. You can get this at your local grocery store. An iron, and lots of patience. Like lots and lots of patience. So now that we know the materials, let's get started. So first, I tried to look for patterns for this. Unfortunately, I didn't find any, so I did one myself. At first, I thought of doing the outline first, but that was a fail. I tried doing the eyes and the nose first instead, then I traced the head. I noticed that I made a mistake by using brown as an outline. I was planning on making a small Makkachin, but it felt like it needed a black outline. I was scared that it will reach the end of my pegboard. Good thing I made sure that the beads that I placed are on the center. That way, I can make sure that everything is symmetrical. I replaced the brown outline with black and continue on with the ears, playing around with the placement of the beads since I didn't have a pattern as a reference. I just referenced a picture of Makka with the head looking straight on. Yay! The outline is complete! I then fill out the browns and the tongue. I did change the tongue color later on, as I felt that gray was not the best color for the tongue. This is the step that took a long time, but it was therapeutic somehow. Well, for me at least. Yay, the pattern is complete! Feel free to take a screenshot for your reference. Without the patterning and the color changes, this would have taken me less time to complete. But yeah, I'm super happy with the result. Once the pattern is complete, now it's time to heat up the iron and bring in your baking paper. Place the baking paper over the pattern and make sure that you tore enough to cover the pegboard. Put your iron on to a medium-high heat setting. Press the iron flat onto the pattern. Work in small sections and make sure that you're not dragging the iron in the pattern right away, as it may disturb the beads underneath. Just place the iron for about 20 seconds with a slight amount of pressure and lift the iron up. Don't drag it. You should see the beads peek through the baking paper. That means that the iron is hot enough and that the beads are fusing to one another, which is what we want. I usually do 2 passes. Once the beads are partially fused together, I work again in sections, but this time, I press and hold the iron, and after 10 seconds, I move the iron back and forth, like this, in a particular area for another 5 to 10 seconds. That way I can make sure that all the beads are fused together. If you see them touching on the baking paper, then you're doing it right. Before lifting up the baking paper to reveal your work, Let it sit for about a minute to give time for the baking paper to detach from the beads. After that, slowly lift off the baking paper to reveal the design. Yay, this went better than I expected. All the beads are fused together. If you see that after you've lifted the paper that some beads are not yet fused, just place the baking paper over their pattern again and repeat the process for those sections. Notice that the design curled up a bit? That can be fixed by placing a heavy object on top of the pattern to flatten it out. Sorry, this was the nearest objects from my line of sight. Don't judge. Wait for a few minutes. Once it's warm, slowly flip it over and place another baking paper on the bottom of the pattern. Get another baking paper and place it over the pattern again. Repeat the process on the other side. Flatten out the pattern again with a heavy object. Again, don't judge. Let it cool and then it's done. So yeah, this is the finished product. Yay! This took me about an hour to make, but if I had the pattern already, this could have taken less. What you can make use of this is you can use it as a coaster for your mug, or you can put it as a display in your wall or something. What I like about these, it looks great from afar. Like imagine if I were to do more of these and like stick them up on the wall. It looks so nice. I'm really sorry for some of the colors here, like for the browns. I misplaced the color codes, so usually these beads have color codes in it, and I'm unfortunately colorblind, so I can't match it with the site, but I'll try to reference still on the links below where you can get these so you can make one yourself. So yeah, that concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Bye!